Welcome back to another Trade Journal video. This is Trade Journal number 76, and before I jump into this week's trades, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of my trades. And we've got quite a few trades for this week. Not a great outcome, ended up losing quite a bit of money, but we'll jump into that here. So the first stock that I was trading was Facebook. And what I had on Facebook was a poor man's covered call. So I own a leap call option with approximately 490 days on it until expiration. And I sold a weekly call at the $320 strike price. So right here at this blue line. And I sold this on Friday the 28th for $241 in premium. My initial thought was the market is really starting to tank. Maybe I should just close out of this Facebook position, cut my losses. What ended up happening was that price started to come back up kind of in anticipation for earnings, and I decided it would be a good idea just to close this weekly short call that I was selling instead of letting the position like just close out by itself. So I ended up actually closing this position for negative $549. So net on this was negative $549. And then as you can see, earnings were really wild. So stock dropped massive amount, almost 25%, maybe even more. And what I ended up doing was taking two more trades. So I sold a call at the $370 strike price. So pretty far up. You can't even see it on the chart right now. So way up here on Wednesday for $65. Ended up closing that out on Thursday, so for a full $65. And then I sold another call on Thursday at the 277.5 level, so that would be somewhere right around here for an additional $10, just a quick trade, just to try and make back some of that loss, given that Facebook has dropped significantly. So net profit on this Facebook trade was negative $474 for this week. I also want to call out that my unrealized losses on my long call option are now pretty significant. It's down about 70% because of this drop after earnings. And my plan right now is to just keep on selling calls against it, probably somewhere in this region, and try to make back as much premium as possible, and hopefully Facebook will rise. And I still have 497 days left on that long call option, so hopefully it can at least come back into this 300 level by then. But again, I'll just keep selling calls and collecting premium against it. And what I actually have set up for next week is that I am selling a weekly call at the 290 strike price, so right here where the blue line is now, for $10. So it's not a lot of premium, but I will keep selling calls against it, maybe even start selling calls tighter until we see Facebook hopefully start to rise again. Now, jumping into the next position that I had for this week, this is where the majority of the loss came from. Again, on TQQQ, because the market was really dropping, I thought, hey, maybe I should cut my losses and get out of this position. And the way I wanted to kind of cut those losses was by selling really close call options to the price. So what I ended up doing was selling 3 call options at the 52.5 strike price, so right here for $1,200 in premium. What ended up happening was I saw price start to rise back up, and I thought, maybe I shouldn't be closing out this entire position and then taking a $5,000 loss. So I ended up closing out these weekly short calls on Monday right here for a negative $1,125 loss. Definitely substantial, but I guess better than closing out the entire position and taking a $5K realized loss. So overall, I definitely got a bit greedy, I think, and scared on both the Facebook and TQQQ positions. I don't know if those were the best decisions in hindsight, but we'll see how the market continues to move. I'm going to try and go back to kind of how I used to trade, just trying to get in and out, selling the calls, selling the cash secured puts, and playing it a little safer in this market right now. So the other positions that I had for this week, or that I set up for next week, are that I have sold a cash secured put at the $50 strike price, so right here, and this will expire next week. And I got $95 in premium for this one, and then I also bought 100 shares of TQQQ when it was around $64, so not the best price to get in. But I also sold a call against it, so this would be a covered call at the $65 strike price for $229 in premium. So we'll see how price moves next week for these two positions. So overall for this week, net total profit is negative 1,599, which isn't great. And then right now for next week, I have a profit of $344 set up. So year-to-date realized profit is now negative 2%. I'm hoping we can make back all of these losses over the month. I'm not too worried about it. We'll just keep on selling calls against all of these positions and collecting premium, and hopefully we can wipe away that realized loss that we had. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. And if you want to hear my stock suggestions on anything as well, feel free to leave that down below as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.